Alrighty, what is going on, guys? It is Lachlan here, and welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today, we're going to be going over the brand new Pokemon Go tracking system. That's right. If you guys remember yesterday, they actually just had the latest update to Pokemon Go, which added this new beta tracking system to a select few bunch of people that have been popping up on the internet, and I want to show you that because it looks really cool. But funny enough, for everyone else, they did actually change the tracking system and how it works right now, and it's going to be quite interesting. I'm going to show you guys, hopefully later in this episode, how you can find any other Pokemon right now with the current tracking system, the one that just shows extra blades of grass. Sorry, sightings. It's now been changed to sightings. And, you know, they also added the ability to change your username, but good luck getting one that's not picked yet. So for the few lucky people that did get access to this beta feature of tracking Pokemon, it is actually really freaking cool. Now, as you can see, there's two sections right now, which is called Nearby and Sightings. So the sightings are just like they are at the moment. That's where you can, you know, find the blades of grass Pokemon, all that boring kind of stuff. But then there's the nearby ones, which is actually really awesome. So each Pokemon has like a little picture, kind of like a Pokestop next to it, and that kind of indicates where that Pokemon is, right? So as you can see, it opens up the Zubat in real time, and it shows where it is on the map right now. Now, I don't know if this just works with combined Pokestops at the moment because it had a lure down, and it's pretty much just saying like, look, this is at the lure. And you know, you can see the infamous little 3 steps there popping up over the Pokestop. But then it goes over to the Kingler, and it's on the other side. That's not a lure Pokemon, but it is at the Pokestop. Now, this beta tracking system, I don't know how I feel about it because from what it looks like, it only relies off of Pokestops, and I still just think we should get some kind of traditional tracker that'll work for rural players that, you know, don't even have Pokestops. And this is like the only real kind of footage we've seen so far of the beta tracking system. So of course, I would also like to say that if anybody out there who's a viewer actually has access to this beta system and wants me to try it out, I would definitely like to have a go at it. So if you do somehow have it, hit me up on my business email or on Twitter. And yeah, I'll see. I don't know. I would love to do it for an episode, try out the new beta tracking system. It would be awesome. And I definitely think it's a step in the right direction with this whole, you know, actually being able to hunt Pokemon. You see them on the map. This is where you go find your Pokemon. And honestly, once the tracker is fixed, you add trading, you add battles, this game's going to go right back up, hopefully to the popularity that it had when it first launched. And I'm very excited. And I honestly hope that once this gets launched, all the third-party Pokemon Vision websites, whatever, there's a couple hanging around right now, even though Pokevision, of course, you know, turned their servers off. I hope they get shut down because this is how the game is meant to be played, and it's going to be very exciting once and when it comes out. But until then, there is still a way that you can find Pokemon in your nearby or sightings list, I should be saying. And I'm going to show you with this cool little theory I found out today. Let's go hit it. So although the new update for Pokemon Go didn't really change much apart from adding the blades of grass, it did actually make it so that the sightings list updates more frequently. So before in the past, it would just stay in your nearby list and it wouldn't really go away. But now that it's more accurate and will, you know, go in and out when you walk, we can use it to try and, like, I guess, I wouldn't say triangulate, but like, I would assume you got 3 angles. We've got like 5. What's 5 angles? Octa-angling. Octa-angling. Yeah, sick. So I'm gonna give a big shout out to Reddit user Zachriel for this awesome little diagram and explanation of how you can use this method to try and find any Pokemon on your sightings list. Now today we're gonna be using a drone to try and give you a bird's eye view of how it works. And unfortunately this method doesn't exactly work too easy in suburban neighborhoods because, you know, you gotta go through houses and whatnot. But should be awesome for you guys to see and should be pretty fun to test. So this is a diagram of what we'll be testing in today's video. You see a Pokemon, you go, oh sick, that's awesome, you're at position A. So what do? You walk down as far as you can in one direction to position B to try and find the edge of the circle. When it disappears, you plot down, you stop, you turn back around, and you go up the other way to C, and that's when it will cut off again. So you know, like, around whereabouts you are in the circle, or where the edges are of the circle. So then you go back down in between C and B to find D, and then you're in the middle of the circle. And at that point, you go either way to either find the Pokemon or the other side of the circle, and you should be able to find the Pokemon. So we're gonna test it out and see how we go. So we didn't exactly have markers, but Taylor, the other cameraman, you know, doesn't like to pick up after all the bottles. So we have many bottles for marking. We're just gonna make sure we don't look like we're littering. And then of course we got Elliot the drone. Off Elliot goes. so the place we're at originally didn't have any Pokemon, so we're going across this bridge right now, and funny enough, that there's a Snorlax blocking the bridge. So yeah, hopefully there's some Pokemon on this side, and we'll be able to show you guys how this works. Alrighty, let's get this party started. The drone is up in the air, and we've just waited for a fresh spawn Pokemon to appear in our sightings. And we've got this Spearow right here. It's just appeared out of nowhere, so we're gonna try and hunt it down. So to start off, we're gonna try and find our point B. We're gonna run straight in that direction over there and see when our boy Spearow will disappear, and that'll give us the point B on the sighting. So let's hit it. So Pokemon will appear in your sightings if you are within 200 meters radius of them. So you can use that to try and, you know, pinpoint whereabouts you are on the circle of it. So let's keep going until we're out of the circle. An egg hatch, so casual egg. Oh, I've really got a 10k egg on this too, so it's a pigeon. Imagine if it was a Spearow, that'd be great. Okay, so Spearow's disappeared. So Spearow has just disappeared right here at this point. So using that information, we can tell that this is the edge of the radius, so that he must be somewhere out in this direction or this direction. So we're gonna go that way until he comes back in and then disappears again. So that's his B back there. Now we're gonna try and find point C. What's gonna happen again? Hit. So there's actually a lake on the other side, and that means we're not going to be able to have it disappear and reappear. So we're just going to guesstimate, and you've got, you know, a little bit of a radius to work with, because Pokemon appear between 5-10 meters away from you anyway. So we're going to assume that we've just run 100 meters this way. That means that this point right here is point C. Point B is all the way out there. This is point C. It's the middle of the circle somewhere. That means that Spearow is either on this axis with the lure over there, or it's back here with the Pokestops over there, somewhere in between on this line. So it's kind of guess and check. We'll start with over here. Don't get bitten by a snake. No Ekans today, please. Where's he disappeared? There he is, the Spearow. And there we go, this was the right side to pick. Spearow is just right over here. He's exactly on that axis that we pretty much guessed along there. And that's it. It takes a little bit of guess and checking, and sometimes the Pokemon might despawn before you get to them, but it's like the effective only guess and check way to find Pokemon on your sightings list. So assuming we'd gone the other way, that would have reached to point E when it despawned, and then we just would have gone back the other way, and he would have been on this axis the whole time, no matter what. Obviously, this tactic isn't as good in suburban neighborhoods when you've got houses and whatnot. You can't exactly go in a straight line, but at some places like a park and whatnot, except when you have a lake, it makes it a little harder as well. But you just got to, you know, guesstimate when it despawns, 100 meters in, that's your axis, go across and back, and you'll find your Pokemon eventually. Or it'll despawn first. We got it. Spearow's done. Thankfully, this Spearow over here led us to like 3 other different Pokemon, so I will gladly take it. So the best thing about this whole method is that you actually run around a lot, and your eggs, you know, they hatch a little fast. So I've got 2.7 Ks left on this 10K egg, and then 4 Ks on the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and chuck this in the incubator as well. But yeah, oh, it's Paris here as well. Damn, he led me to a gold mine of pokes. Alrighty guys, well that's going to do for today's Pokemon Go video. Unfortunately we didn't make too much progress, although we did on those 10K eggs. I just wanted to show you this little tactic that I saw on Reddit, and a big thank you to the Reddit user who submitted the post. I'll leave it down below if you guys want to read more into depth about it. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll be able to test out this new beta feature that I showed earlier in the video. And once again, like I said, if anybody does have access to this on their account, please would be awesome to get in contact with you and try it out for myself. But until then guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another awesome Pokemon Go video. Later guys.